Welcome back to Fox 5 News on the Hill. You know, during the holiday season here at Fox 5, we're trying to talk about giving back. Tuesday is Giving Tuesday, as you may know.
Well, this is a global day of giving back. Millions of people will give to their charities of choice that day. There are many choices, both nationally and locally.
And joining us this morning, Matt Gerson. He's here to talk about the charity he started 20 years ago in our area. It is called Tracy's Kids, and it helps kids with cancer through art therapy. Matt, thanks so much for joining us. I learned a little bit about this dealing with veterans, actually, about some of the art therapy that they do dealing with PTSD. I imagine some of the stresses that a child goes through have to even be more frustrating because you do not have the vocabulary as a child to express what you were going through and how you were feeling. And this must open a window and a door for them to just let some of this out.
It's an extraordinary mechanism for getting people to emote. Kids start communicating about what they're worried about, what they're thinking about, what they're afraid of, and they don't even know they're communicating. And that's part of what's always attracted me to this. I had cancer as a child. I was diagnosed as a 10-year-old 50 years ago, and there was nothing like this. The focus was completely on the medicine, completely on getting me better, which they succeeded at, but no one talked about what my fears were, what my concerns were. And today we've created an environment at these clinics where kids actually look forward to going to the treatment, which is a sentiment inconceivable to me because you're going there, you're being treated differently. You're not playing soccer, you're not in school, you're not having sleepovers. And we work with master's trained art therapists. These women are extraordinary at getting kids to emote.
So who's Tracy?
Tracy was the first art therapist. She was at Georgetown University Hospital when I met her. We're now at 5 hospitals in the D.C. area and 2 outside of D.C., but we're at Children's National, we're at PSV in Virginia, we're at Fairfax and Over, we're also at Sinai Hospital of Baltimore, where we treat cancer patients and hematology patients.
We popped that up a second ago. I want to bring it back up again. There's a picture of Karen Pence, wife of the Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, and she's been involved, there she is right there, involved in your group. How did that relationship begin?
When the Vice President and Mrs. Pence were in Congress, when Mike Pence was representing Indiana, they went on a tour of the Walt Disney Studios, and my colleague who helped me build this organization was giving them a tour of the studio, and she started talking about art and talking about her experience as an artist and as a teacher, and she became captivated by this. We had lunch one day at the Capitol Hill Club, and then I took her on a tour of Georgetown, and the rest is history. She's been on our board for 6 years now and is deeply committed to it, passionate about how we use art therapy to help children and veterans emote.
You know, Matt, if people only have so much money to give and they're making a decision, tell us why it would be more crucial, you know, if you're making that decision to give to, say, an organization like yours that helps with the healing and recovery, than perhaps helping fund research that, like you said, they focused on that medical side of it. I think it could be a difficult sort of decision to make, if you will, on what's more important.
No question. There are no bad causes. Americans are incredibly charitable, more charitable than any other nation in the world. And, you know, in this area, it was cold last night. People need coats. Over Thanksgiving, people needed meals. I hope you'll choose Tracy's Kids because we help children navigate an impossibly difficult chapter of their lives. And we're an extraordinary charity. We run very lean. 83% of the money that I take in goes directly to art therapy salaries and art supplies. There's no overhead.
I want to play something for you briefly, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Let's play this.
There isn't much more rewarding work that I think I could do than to be able to help to unveil the child under the diagnosis.
I like Tracy's Kids because it also makes the needles better, actually. I like Tracy's Kids because it takes my mind off all the things like that my brother's gonna get finger pricks, needles. It's actually just really fun.
This started with a Post-it note from a child that says, "Coming here makes me feel better." Hearing that's got to make you feel better.
It's unbelievable. I hear these stories all the time. Since I've been doing this in my 20th year, and kids look forward to going to the clinic. That's inconceivable.
We want to tell folks how they can get in touch with Tracy's Kids. It is tracykids.org. tracyskids.org. Keep them in your mind this holiday season as you're going
you.
around doing good deeds.
Thanks
all right?
very much.
Thank you so much, Matt, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Fox 5 on the Hill.